Hi Geminis, and welcome to your September 2018 Tarology 33 reading. We have a Celtic cross spread in front of us. You did get one extra card that came up in the main situation position. And then we also have an Oracle card as usual that I'll read at the end to help tie everything together. So let's get started. In the main position, you had the Star card and the Four of Cups. So the Star card is the major arcana card for Aquarius, so it could be that you're dealing with an Aquarius and they're making you an offer, but you're reluctant to accept it for whatever reason. This could also be pointing to a timeline though. The Four of Cups is actually a Cancer card, so maybe this was an offer that they originally made to you. That would have been around between the 10th and 20th of July. And there was an eclipse around that time too, in the sign of Cancer. So maybe this is pointing to something that you originally were hoping to get off the ground around that time. And maybe now you do have the better timing for it, especially with your ruler now going direct. You know, it was retrograde for a while, and now we're out of those eclipse energies. Maybe that's what this is saying, these two cards together. Because the Star card isn't the upright, so that leads me to believe that this is a good offer. Just might be, for whatever reason, you're reluctant to accept it, or again, if this is pointing to that timeline towards the end of Cancer, that could be what it's saying too. In the challenge position, we have the Justice card in reverse. So the Justice card is the major arcana card for Libra. I'll just put it back in the upright while we talk about it. And for it to be in reverse, this could be saying that you're dealing with a Libra that's dishonest. And that could be what the interference is, for example. So if it's an Aquarius making you an offer and it seems like it's everything you want, but then maybe there's a Libra in the picture that's, maybe spreading rumors about the person that, oh no, you don't want to, associate with them, whatever the case may be. Between those two, the Aquarius and the Libra, if that's the case, if it's two people, I would lean towards trusting the Aquarius in this case. This could also just be saying that maybe someone's making an offer to you with the Star card. Usually that's referred to as the Wish card a lot of times. So, why would you be reluctant to accept that, right? But maybe in the past you were done wrong. Maybe that's what the Justice in reverse is saying. So maybe because of that past situation, you're reluctant to accept this offer. Maybe thinking along the lines of, oh, something like that might happen again. Maybe there was another time when you received an offer that you thought was everything you wanted and it went south, so now you're reluctant to accept the offer this time. Could even be the same person too. Could be someone that has both Aquarius and Libra in their chart, and you're thinking to yourself, okay, well, yeah, they're coming across now, they're coming back, and they're showing me this good side to them, but I also remember that other side to them that's not as trustworthy, so on and so forth. All right, in the foundation position, we have the Knight of Swords. So this is actually the card for Gemini. So this could just be saying that you're feeling back on point again. And again, like we said with Mercury going direct again, that could be what it is. Maybe, you're feeling a little out of sorts with your ruler going backwards, but now that it's going forward again in September, you'll be feeling more like yourself, more active. Sometimes this could be that you're, confronting someone about something, so that's certainly a possibility as well. I don't see too much confrontational energy on the board here, but could be that as well. And that could be any air sign too. So again, this could actually be maybe the Aquarius person. Maybe it was the same person, and they, like I said, they've done you wrong in the past, but now they're rushing back in to try to rectify it, and you're reluctant to accept it because you're thinking about what had happened between the two of you in the past. In the past position, we have the Hermit card. So this is a major arcana card for Virgo. So it's possible that you were dealing with the Virgo in the past. Another way that this could be pointing to is to saying that this is the energy that you were embodying for a while, especially with your ruler in retrograde. Maybe you're just keeping to yourself, not really going out much and everything. That's another possibility. And one thing that I noticed too is if you look, this person's looking away from everything, and that's in this reading. So I don't know if you want to look at that as they turned that back on at Aquarius in the past, or vice versa, or just that, they just really don't even want to deal with that energy right now. Could be that as well. But for some of you, like I said, given the fact that your ruler was moving backwards, it could just be that you were keeping to yourself a bit more recently. In the present position, we have the Six of Swords. So this is actually technically an Aquarius card. It represents 10 through 20 degrees of Aquarius. So if you're dealing with an Aquarius and they were born within those degrees, then this definitely might resonate with you to say that in the present they're coming back into the picture. Maybe that's what this is saying. For some of you, though, this could be saying that you're moving away from something. Maybe that offer, for whatever reason you didn't want to accept it, so you're moving away from it. This could also be pointing to travel sometimes, so maybe some of you will be traveling. That's just some of the possibilities there. In the near future position, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So usually, to me, this is not necessarily a tangible offer for money, but usually it's an idea, or it's an idea or an offer that's in the very early stages. So you might hear about something, for example, maybe, hey, this job's going to be available in November or something, and you're like, all right, well, that's, still a few months away, but I'll keep it in mind. Could be you thinking about how you could generate more income as well. That could be what this is saying. Or even how you want to invest money, if you have money to invest. Those are just some of the possibilities there. Like I said, if it's an offer that you do receive, it's probably going to be in the very early stages, meaning that they might offer you something that's upcoming, meaning it wouldn't start right away, or it's just in the very early stages as far as hey, I might be doing this, or hey, this might be a job opening coming up, so it's nothing definite at this point. And then for some more rare cases, it could also just be money that seems to come out of the blue. It probably wouldn't be a whole lot, given that it's the ace, but any little bit counts, especially if you're having money troubles. All right, and in the position of your influence on the situation, we have the Devil. So this is actually the major arcana card for Capricorn. So for some of you, this could be saying that you are dealing with a Capricorn, but what's more likely here is, to me, is this is saying that you're feeling very passionate about something, maybe even obsessive. That's what this energy can mean. Capricorn's a very hard-working energy, but the Queen of Pentacles, for example, would be my main Capricorn card, and then this would be the major arcana version of it. So it could just be saying that you're taking on those Capricorn energies, but to the max. So be very obsessive and very just focused on one thing and really pushing through with that. And that could be anything. That could be a relationship. That could be your career. You might be really pushing forward with that. For some of you, this could also be a karmic connection that you're getting involved in. In the position of the environment, we have the Knight of Wands. This is normally the card of Sagittarius for me, so it's possible that a Sagittarius could be coming into the picture. Sometimes, to me too, this is another fast-moving knight, similar to the Knight of Swords. But given that it's a Sagittarius, sometimes I think about their energy, so this could be saying that, again, pointing to travel once again. Maybe someone's traveling to see you. Maybe vice versa, you're traveling to see them, but more likely, given that it's in the environment position, this would be someone coming to see you. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a Sagittarius. It could be any fire sign or just someone who takes on that energy, Alright, and then in the hopes or fears position, we have the Chariot. So I'm going to assume that this is hope for you guys, and it's in the upright. So this could be another indicator to me that a lot of times the Chariot card I see as a travel card. Sometimes it's referred to as one of the victory cards as well. But really could just be pointing, again, same as the Six of Swords there, just saying that you want to travel. Could be actually that this is actually the travel you're going to be doing, but you are hoping to do something on a larger scale. So for example, this might be more of a local trip you take somewhere, whereas this might have been an international trip. That's one way that could play out. But, again, with it in the hopes card, there's no guarantee that it would actually play out. It's just saying that this is what you would hope for ideally. This also is the Cancer card too, so maybe there's a Cancer in your life that you're hoping for, but that seems less likely given all the other cards I see in the spread. And then in the outcome position, we have the Six of Cups. So this is usually a card where you see someone from the past coming back to reconnect with you. I mean, we're kind of moving out of the retrograde energy now, so usually that's when people would come back, is during the Mercury retrogrades, but there will be a Venus retrograde starting in October, so it could be pointing to that, given that it's in the outcome position. But sometimes I see this as the being the bigger person card too, if you look at them, and it looks like, just from the angles maybe, but this person looks like they're bigger than the other one. So maybe you're extending an olive branch to someone if you had a falling out with them, or vice versa. Maybe someone's coming back to you. Again, maybe if it was this Aquarius that had done you wrong in the past, and that's where the Justice in reverse comes into play, maybe they come back around to make it right. If that's the case, I mean, with that card in the upright, it's possible that they really are sincere this time around. But, I could see why you might want to be cautious in that case if they really did do you wrong in the past. And again, it might even be the same person. Like I said, it could be someone that has both the Aquarius and Libra energy in their chart. And if that's the case, you'd really have to think it over. But that's just what I see in the outcome position. That could go either way. There's no guarantee that these two situations are linked. Could be anyone coming back. Could just be an old friend even, All right, and at the bottom of the deck we have Six of Wands too, so that's another type of victory card. It's also, generally speaking, that's a Leo card for me. The 10 to 20 degrees of Leo, which would point to the Leo eclipse too. So maybe around that time of the Leo eclipse that was going on, maybe something kicked in for you that you're feeling victorious over, and maybe it has you just moving forward, feeling good, because I mean you have the Six of Swords moving towards that as well. So maybe there was something in the past that threw you off with that Justice in reverse. Maybe it was dealing with an Aquarius. You moved away from it, looking at where the Knight of Swords is pointing, and then you thought about it, and the Hermit position being in the past as well, also looking away from it, decided to move away from that situation altogether, feeling victorious about it. And that could be where this comes into play too. All right, let's take a look at the Oracle card and see what the message has to say there. Your card is a leg up. There's the artwork for it. And then the number is 34, for those of you, if that has any meaning to you. Let's see what the book has to say. It says, receiving help, delegating authority, interdependence. The Oracle's message: you've come to a point where going it alone is no longer optimal for you. Life has a way of presenting you with the perfect people to align with, who can give you a leg up during this next phase of your journey. Help comes to you in all the areas of your life where you need a boost. The trick is to accept that aid so freely given. When you embrace interdependence, allowing teamwork and independence to commingle, miracles happen. Now is such a time. So reading that particular part of the message makes me think back to this here, these three cards, which is to say, um, accept that aid so freely given. So the star card, again, it might not even be a romantic offer, but whatever it is, it could just be something that you really were wishing for and you need it, but for whatever reason, when that actually does come forward for you, you're reluctant to accept it. So maybe that's what it's saying there. The trick is to accept that aid so freely given, right? And then that would say with the justice in reverse, you were feeling reluctant to accept it for whatever reason. So that's something to keep in mind there if that's the situation you're in. Where, if someone really does come along with an offer for you, or just someone that you've been hoping for comes along, but something in the past makes you feel like, oh, you don't know if you should trust it. This message seems to align with saying that you probably can trust it. All right. And for those of you, if this resonated as more of a relationship reading, we'll go over that message. It says relationships that are healthy thrive on interdependence. It's important to recognize that you need others as much as they need you. You must allow people to support you just as you are there for them. This is a time to be vulnerable, to speak up about your needs, and to ask for them to be fulfilled. Trust. You will be met with kindness and love. Don't expect others to read your mind, though. Ask and it is given. So, to an extent, the same thing there. Maybe that's you as far as you have these wishes, but maybe the Four of Cups is saying you're not expressing them because you feel like in the past when you have expressed them, it hasn't turned out in your favor. And maybe that's what it's saying there too. Be yourself, which would be the Knight of Swords, that Gemini energy. Be yourself and own it, and you'll be successful. All right. And then in the prosperity message, for those of you if this resonated as more of a finance reading, it says, now is the perfect time to seek advice from a mentor or business advisor who has been where you want to go to help you get there too. If you do, you will receive very good counsel that will aid in your prosperity. It may also be the case that your endeavors have grown and you are in a position where you just can't do it all by yourself anymore. Time to bring on those who can give you a leg up. Trust that help is available and it will indeed appear. Delegate authority to others so you can take steps towards your big dream. The perfect people will arrive at the perfect time so long as you step forward with a just mustard seed of faith. All right. So that could be saying what this is about too. When I said that devil energy could be that you're obsessively working on something that's really plugging away at it. Maybe that's saying that if you, just ask for help, that could be what this Ace of Pentacles is. It's help seeming to come out of nowhere. That could be what this energy is. The Knight of Wands, that's someone who could rush in and obviously lend a helping hand. So that's a possibility. And that would align with that too, with the Six of Wands being at the bottom of the deck. Maybe it's saying you are being successful with what you've been working on, and that would be the Star card talking about a wish coming true. So maybe you have that success, but you're having difficulty handling it. So maybe that's what's at play as well. All right, I think that's all the messages we have for this month. So we'll wrap up there, and I'll talk to you all next month.